Well, before we get into the payment system, I do want to talk about our sponsor this week. It's Goodyear Tire. You know, there's Nationwide, that's by your side. And then there's Progressive for those who are looking for more liberal philosophies. There's Liberty for those who are looking for more 1776 philosophies. There's Tri-State, if you believe the United States is in 3 segments. But then there's Goodyear, because this is a good year. This is a good time. It's a good time to be alive. And so I want you guys to understand, if you get a Goodyear tire, because it's a good year, you'll be also able to have a good time. So get your Goodyear tire today and have good times. Sponsored by Goodyear.
Boneka Ambalabu. Entitas jahat yang banyak meramparkan masyarakat. Boneka entitas jahat yang banyak merayakan.
Are you having a good time? And this is not AI.
Entitas jahat yang banyak meramparkan.
Have a good time today with your Goodyear tires.
Yeah, somebody needs to import those tires back to where they came from.
Well, you don't want to have a good year?
No, but I know an import when I see it.
You don't like Toyotas and Hondas?
No, those are bad years.
You like Mustangs?
Look at that one guy who works for Goodyear. He's an employee there. I think he's actually one of the CEOs. You know how Chris and all them are doing that burger challenge? Yeah, well, the CEO of Goodyear is doing something else.
Tire challenge?
Well, this isn't about tires, though. This is just him in his natural habitat.
That's the strongest man alive. Wow, that guy has a pain tolerance beyond elephants. Wow.
You should have known it.
Man, he actually pulled it out with the roots and everything.
Oh, and he's like, that's better.
Well, I mean, I can understand. There's not a lot of things that is bad as a tooth pain.
Well, farmers, they claim, seen it, covered it. We are farmers, but I doubt they've seen that.
No, they probably haven't. Shout out to
insurance.
Yeah, healthcare.
I've heard that sometimes, getting people to do things is like trying to pull teeth. So,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Would you try that, Elder? Would you give it a shot?
Hey, listen, I'll come clean because, what the heck? I've done it. I've done it. However, the tooth in question was very loose. And but I didn't go to a dentist to get it pulled. I pulled it myself.
I saw a TikTok where a girl was doing this, but she used I think a parrot, and it stuck its head in her mouth and just pulled the tooth out.
Was it supposed to, or was it supposed to clean it?
No, it was. She was showing its wiggling, and she put the parrot next to her mouth, and the parrot went in there and bit onto it and yoked it out.
Oh, neat.
So the parrot was a dentist. Obviously, it's
maybe I guess the parrot
life
is a parent, like a fairy tooth parent.
It was an angel in disguise.
Yeah,
a tooth fairy, even.
Yeah. You know what else is foreign? Tooth fairies are from another world. I don't know if you guys know something very interesting about ice. I'm talking about
the substance or the organization?
The ice maker organization.
Oh, ICES.
Yeah.
Oh, ICES, yeah.
You know how everybody is now, since with all this Iran stuff, talking about possible world war and nuclear war and possibly even a draft. I mean, even the White House press secretary had to answer questions because people were wondering about that. But you know what I think a lot of people don't know? Even those who are in ICE.
Is that this is called Armageddon.
No, that in their contract so they can get their bonus. It's right in their contract. That the military the government under the Office of Department of Homeland Security has the authority and right to send ICE, I don't know what you want to call them, workers, you want to call them
Agents, officers.
They have the authority to send them overseas if they see the need to. So what I thought was interesting, if you want to take this down a line, they did a secret draft. Instead of just telling you it was a draft, they tell you you're working for ICE. But really, what they did was they drafted a bunch of people in because if they ever need to send people overseas under their contract, they have the right to send ICE agents.
So what you're saying is they're going to send the ICE into the heat.
Yeah, and they have a right to do such. So if anybody is an ICE agent, look into your contract. It is right there that the Office of Department of Homeland Security has the authority to send you to overseas operations if need be.
Right.
So you guys are the first draftees.
That's kind of cool.
Well, you
That's ice cold, man.
well you got your bonus, right? You got your money, and that's why they want you to wear masks. You'll fit right in.
With Zorro.
Or anybody else. But I thought that was interesting.
Zorro.
They don't need to do a draft. They already have all these ICE agents. So, all these people who signed up, 20-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, anybody, everybody, they didn't even have any requirements other than come on in.
Are you alive? Do you have a pulse?
Yeah. It sounds
Well,
like a
that's pretty
draft
much-
to me, right?
Yeah,
that's basically
exactly.
what it sounds
works
like.
the same way.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to send all these ICE agents over to Iran to deport the, I guess, the guard, right?
Well, my mom tried to get in, but she couldn't get in.
I hit the and then she's like, why the you hit the because
Is that mom a colleague?
Yeah. Well, she was trying to get drafted, but she couldn't.
Well,
They told her that she didn't qualify.
Too much of the shush, shush, shush.
Yeah. They hit her with that whoosh, whoosh. And she hit her with that whoosh, whoosh. And then she's back out there dancing.
I guess that is another thing. I mean, you could tell the homeless people that, we'll provide you housing and everything else.
She's not homeless. She has a home.
Where's that at?
I can't disclose that. But she was just working. That was she was on her way to work.
This might be a good system to because you were mentioning like the ICE agents and the homeless, but I'm thinking maybe like this would be a great solution for like middle management. Like we could just kind of draft everyone who isn't actually performing a job and isn't running the company. So all that middle management, we could just draft all those and we'll send them over. And then the country will just collapse because it'll just be filled with these middle managers.
Yeah. Well, what they also could do is just start sending robots.
Yeah, but they cost money.
So do soldiers.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, you still got to feed people.
Well, with the robots, you got to give them oil.
Yeah, I guess you do have to
And electricity.
You do need to charge them up.